I very much hope that it will encourage all of us to help people we know who might be living in the dark world of abuse and coercion.
Camilla has been kicked out of the palace. This time, it's not just another scandal. New evidence connects her directly to Princess Diana's death. The royal family is shocked, and the public is angry. King Charles had to take action. After years of suspicion, the truth has finally come out. This is not a rumor. Everything has changed, and the crown will never be the same. The secret inquiry no one knew about. In March 2025, Prince William started a secret legal review of the events surrounding Princess Diana's death in 1997. This inquiry, Operation Orchid, focused on the 3 days between August 28th and August 31st, 1997, during her last visit to Paris. A sealed legal report from 2003, which had previously been ignored, pointed out unusual changes in security, especially concerning Diana's protection. It also mentioned people linked to Clarence House, particularly those close to Camilla. What was once considered an accident was now officially considered a possible misdirection. By May 2025, former French investigator Jean-Luc Martin said that the crash investigation records had been altered in September 1997 at the request of the British Embassy. New documents revealed that the timing of Diana's motorcade escort had been delayed by 12 hours because of last-minute changes. Surveillance logs showed private palace emails labeled Legacy on SI, linked to instructions from Clarence House about managing destabilizing risk, language previously unseen in relation to the crash. A more troubling piece of evidence came from a whistleblower at MI6. The agency released encrypted voice files, one from August 29, 1997, at 22:15. The voice, confirmed to be Camilla's, asked, "Are you sure the escort can wait?" This motorcade, delayed by 45 minutes, never made it, and the crash in the Alma Tunnel killed Diana just after midnight on August 31st. These recordings contradicted earlier claims that the tragedy was an accident. The inquiry's final report, submitted on May 28, 2025, found that Diana's security detail had been reduced from 4 officers to 1 just minutes before she entered the tunnel. Video footage and guard schedules confirmed this change. When William read the report, he was silent. Behind closed doors, he said, "This wasn't incompetence. This was betrayal." What started as a quiet review became a significant turning point. The monarchy had to confront decisions that had been hidden for nearly 30 years. With Operation Orchid finished and secret files opened, a new and alarming discovery surfaced. A handwritten letter by Diana from October 1996. Once kept from the public, this letter described her fears of betrayal in detail. Her worries could no longer be dismissed. They now had supporting evidence. In the next section, we will see how this letter changed history and redefined guilt within the palace. Diana's 1996 letter finally made public. In June 2025, experts at the Royal Archives in Edinburgh confirmed that a letter written by Princess Diana on October 12, 1996, was authentic. The letter, sealed for over 29 years, had been kept in a private vault belonging to her former butler, Paul Burrell. Forensic tests showed that the ink, paper, and handwriting matched what Diana used at Kensington Palace. The letter warned, "There is a plan. Camilla has more power than anyone believes." These words took on new importance after findings from Operation Orchid. A second note, more specific and dated June 1, 1997, just 10 weeks before her death, was also found. It said, "There is a move underway. If anything happens to me on the trip, open this." Diana referred to her planned visit to the French Riviera with Dodi Al-Fayed. The envelope holding this note stayed sealed until Prince William used emergency powers to open it in May 2025. Legal experts viewed these letters as both personal accounts and warnings. During the Operation Orchid audit, internal emails from Clarence House recovered showed that between August 15th and August 30th, 1997, staff exchanged messages that included phrases like, "Destabilization may be required," and "legacy transition." These emails were sent at the same time that Diana wrote her second note. Legal advisors now considered these letters messages from a woman who foresaw trouble. Along with voice recordings, they changed palace suspicions into solid evidence. On June 15, 2025, major UK broadcasters published Diana's letters. Within hours, the hashtag Justice for Diana trended in 81 countries. On June 17th, Parliament started an emergency debate. Commentators called it a significant moment in the royal family's history. What was once talk has now become serious evidence. Camilla's influence, which had been a whisper, was now documented in Diana's own words. Her letters, ignored for years, finally demanded accountability from the palace that had tried to silence her. As Diana's letters shook the monarchy, public pressure grew. However, the final blow to Camilla wouldn't come from the media or protesters. It would come from within the palace itself. In the next section, we'll reveal how Princess Anne, known as the royal family's strong protector, found a hidden financial link between Camilla and the 1997 crash. What she did next would make headlines worldwide. Princess Anne uncovers the hidden financial trail. By July 2025, Princess Anne, determined to honor her mother's legacy, began her investigations separate from Operation Orchid. Partnering with royal auditor Edward Septon, she traced financial transactions, revealing that $2.4 million was wired on August 29, 1997, from an offshore trust to the now-defunct security firm Lucentia Global in Paris. This company had no known ties to the royal family or government operations, but was involved in a vehicle transfer the weekend Diana died. Anne found emails between Camilla's aide, Harrison Dent, and Lucentia revealing plans for surveillance disruption at the Ritz Paris on the night Diana died. This suggested a deeper conspiracy linked to the palace. Anne presented her findings to King Charles on July 12, 2025. After a long silence, he instructed her to take action. With the evidence in hand, a reckoning began, especially when Prince William decided to break the royal silence, shocking the monarchy and the public. William demands arrest behind palace gates. At Kensington Palace, he issued a royal warrant to investigate Camilla Parker Bowles, the Queen Consort, for potential treason and conspiracy related to state assets. Following this, Camilla was placed under royal house arrest at Balmoral, monitored 24/7, although she retained her title. When the news broke on July 18th, it sparked worldwide outrage, with protests and the #sign Justice for Diana. On July 24th, Camilla's trial began at Westminster Hall, where charges included conspiracy to defraud and defamation of Princess Diana. Despite her defense arguing mismanagement, public sentiment was against her. The trial intensified when Prince William took the stand, reading his mother's letter suggesting she felt threatened. He declared, "Forgiveness is not mine to give. Justice is." On July 28th, the tribunal found Camilla guilty. She was stripped of her royal roles and sentenced to exile on the Isle of Skye. The verdict was seen as closure for Diana, William, and the public, marking a significant shift in the monarchy's future. In the following section, we'll explore how Camilla's exile altered the royal family's identity and the enduring influence of Diana's legacy. Exiled to the Isle of Skye. On August 2nd, 2025, Camilla was relocated to a private estate on the Isle of Skye, chosen for its isolation. Now lacking modern comforts, this estate was surrounded by forests and cliffs. A royal decree by King Charles banned her from all royal engagements, effectively reducing her to a ghost of her former self. Dubbed a velvet exile by the media, she was monitored by 6 crown-appointed staff, including security officers and a nurse. Her communication was restricted, with only weekly supervised calls permitted and visits limited to her sister Annabelle with approval. Her living expenses came from the Parker Bowles family assets, not the sovereign grant. Camilla's daily routine included waking up at 6:30 a.m., regular meal checks, therapy sessions, and a 9 p.m. bedtime. She could read books without internet access and only receive censored news. Her children, Tom and Laura, faced challenges, with public scrutiny affecting their careers. Meanwhile, at Kensington Palace, Prince William focused on uncovering long-hidden truths that could shake the monarchy's foundation. On August 9, 2025, shortly after Camilla's exile, The Times published a leaked document named Protocol 97. Dated September 12, 1997, it revealed that Charles and Camilla had signed a pact to protect her from involvement in destabilizing actions after Princess Diana's funeral. This news shocked the public and led to a call for an inquiry in Parliament. Additionally, the document included notes about non-traditional contacts between Camilla's aides and unknown security agencies in 1997, suggesting Charles was aware of her financial issues but chose to stay silent. When confronted by a royal committee, Charles admitted he wanted to protect Camilla, which fueled public outrage and renewed interest in Diana's legacy. Amidst the turmoil, Catherine authentically worked to rebuild public trust, stepping forward as a symbol of strength as Camilla's influence waned and Charles faced scrutiny. The next part explores how Catherine upheld Diana's memory and honored her legacy. Catherine secures Diana's legacy for Charlotte. By September 10, 2025, 3 weeks after the tribunal decision, Catherine called royal archivists to Kensington Palace for a quiet but meaningful act. Inside the heirloom vault, now secured with advanced biometric access, she placed a letter titled, "For Charlotte, from your grandmother." This letter officially designated Princess Diana's treasured items for the Welsh family, ensuring they would be protected forever. The items, including Diana's sapphire ring, the Spencer tiara, and her diaries, would go directly to Princess Charlotte on her 18th birthday in 2033. No media were allowed, and no official statements were made, but by September 12th, news leaked through palace aides. The public response was overwhelmingly positive, with over 400,000 people signing an open letter thanking Catherine for honoring Diana's legacy. Even critics recognized it as a gracious move, healing wounds from the past. Catherine accomplished what no law had managed to do: revive Diana's spirit. The palace formed the Wales Legacy Trust to maintain and showcase these historical items, led by Lady Rachel Montford, a longtime supporter of Diana and Charlotte's legal godmother. This marked a departure from tradition toward a focus on maternal care. "This is about guardianship, not ownership," Catherine told her staff. This quote, later published in The Telegraph, signaled a new approach to legacy preservation. With Diana's legacy secured and Charlotte's future in mind, the royal family began to heal. But public opinion was still forming, and the proper resolution of this saga would come from the people. In the next section, we'll see how the nation expressed its verdict, in the streets, online, and in their hearts. The people's verdict. By August 24, 2025, the British public no longer awaited official statements. Tens of thousands gathered across cities like London, Manchester, Cardiff, and Edinburgh for the Diana marches. These were silent candlelit vigils held under large pictures of Princess Diana. There was no formal organizer or political support, just a grassroots movement driven by social media hashtags like #Diana deserved better and Camilla is gone, which trended worldwide for a week in 31 countries. Public opinion, which had been divided in the 1990s, united. The 2025 tribunal decision, Camilla's departure on August 2nd, and Catherine's actions on August 18th were seen as overdue justice. Major newspapers like The Times and The Guardian called it a historic reckoning of monarchy and memory. A YouGov poll on August 22nd showed that 81% believed Camilla should lose her title as queen consort, while 74% felt Charles had lost his integrity by supporting her for too long. Royal aides were surprised by Catherine's and Princess Charlotte's strong support. At just 10 years old, Charlotte became a new symbol of Diana's legacy. Kensington Palace received thousands of letters for her, many from people who had never written to royalty. One letter said, "Dear Charlotte, your grandmother made us proud. Now you make us hope." Touched by the public's messages, Catherine decided to keep all the letters and share them with Charlotte privately. It became clear that the public no longer let titles decide their admiration. They had already made their choice. With the public opinion made clear and the monarchy subtly moving away from Camilla, only one chapter remained. It was not about punishing anyone but honoring Diana's memory, once broken, through values, actions, and the next generation. A new queen would rise in this legacy, not just by blood, but by dignity. The international response. As news of Camilla's trial spread, reactions poured in worldwide, with many calling it the most significant royal scandal since 1936. French President Emmanuel Macron emphasized the importance of justice for Princess Diana, while U.S. networks like CNN spotlighted the need for accountability. The Vatican also called for truth, and several European royals broke tradition to comment, with Queen Maxima honoring Diana's memory. Commonwealth leaders, including Australia's Prime Minister, noted this was crucial for the monarchy. The hashtag #DianaJustice trended on social media, with supporters highlighting the legacy of Diana's compassion. Celebrities like Elton John and Oprah Winfrey expressed the significance of truth and healing. Legal experts viewed the case as historic, while betting agencies suspended royal wagers due to uncertainty. Interestingly, interest in UK tourism grew as more visitors sought Diana-related sites in London and Paris. The True Crown. On September 1st, 2025, marking 28 years since Princess Diana's tragic death, Catherine made a heartfelt appearance with Princess Charlotte at Althorp Estate, Diana's childhood home. The visit was unexpected and intimate, with both dressed in navy. They headed to the memorial garden where Charlotte laid a white rose on her grandmother's stone. This beautiful moment, captured in a powerful photograph, quickly became a symbol of remembrance and was shared widely across the globe. Catherine's act was more than a tribute. It was a strong message. On September 3rd, she announced the establishment of the Diana Charlotte Legacy Fund, aimed at preserving Diana's values of compassion and mental health advocacy through Charlotte. The fund achieved remarkable success, raising £12 million within 4 days, with contributions from supporters in 52 countries. At Kensington Palace, significant changes followed. Diana's cherished belongings were safely moved to a dedicated vault for future educational exhibits. Additionally, on September 6th, Prince William signed a new family charter, establishing the Wales family's autonomy over Diana's legacy, a historic shift in royal governance. Diana, once sidelined, now had a permanent place in royal history. In contrast, Camilla's presence faded, frequently seen at the Isle of Skye, while King Charles often appeared alone, visibly affected by the weight of his decisions. Meanwhile, Catherine's reputation blossomed. An Ipsos UK poll on September 10th revealed her as the most trusted royal figure, boasting 89% approval, surpassing even Elizabeth II's final ratings. This story goes beyond royal intrigue. It's about trust and the lasting power of memory. While Camilla lost public favor, Diana's influence grew stronger. Without a formal title, Catherine became the queen many had always hoped for. A touching letter captured it perfectly. The true crown was never on her head, it was always in her heart.